Hey, good morning. This is Hawkeye session, Wednesday, November 11th, Veterans Day. Congratulations and to thank you for your services for all the veterans out there. Trading the foreign exchange on margin carries a high level of risk and may not be suitable for all investors. The high degree of leverage can work against you as well as for you. Before deciding to invest in the foreign exchange, you should carefully consider your investment objective, level of experience, and risk appetite. The possibility exists that you could sustain a loss of some or all of your initial investment, and therefore you should not invest money that you cannot afford to lose. You should be aware of all the risks associated with the foreign exchange trading and seek advice from an independent financial advisor if you have any doubts. This is a live trading room. It is for educational purposes only. No financial advice or recommendations will be provided. Any trades taken during this live session is not a recommendation or a suggestion that you should also do the same. Past performance is not indicative of future results. Do not trade money that you cannot afford to lose. And before trading live, always operate with a written trade plan that identifies rules for entries, exits, targets, and risk management. And with that, we will go to the charts. Right now, I'm looking at a chart of the, I believe it's a British USD. And you should be able to see my chart. And it looks like we're just, we did get an alert at 7:45. We did get a little wedge coming in right about in here and starting to break up out of the C area. It looks like it could go up and test the 3062. This could be a possible breakout to the upside. Let me see if I can get some other confirmation on this. Bear with me.
Looked like it tried to give a head fake to the downside.
It could do all kinds of things.
No, I'm saying like when.
Oh yeah, it was a little bit of a head fake down to the. Although really the way it was a pretty tight wedge to begin with, and I really didn't see. They're calling it a descending wedge. They're probably looking at this candle right here at the top of. This is probably the candle that was referencing. I drew my wedge up a little bit higher than that, but we did get a little bit of head fake, down here. So right now it's sort of basing inside this little range, pretty much where from this candle right here on the 1 minute to the A. So it's there's not a lot of room, but we'll just have to take a look at it a little bit closer and see what we have here. Right now I'm looking at this thing being more of a consolidation down here at the bottom and breaking out possibly to the upside. Is sort of what I'm looking at for this one, perhaps. And if it breaks the upside, I'd be looking at this 30-minute target up here, and range from the breakout to that would be basically, it's only 10 pips, so it's a marginal. It's marginal to the upside. It is now in a consolidation. If this thing has this strong to the south side, which it really does, it got 6 on the RCS, 6 of 5, and a 4, showing the dollar being the weakest currency of the pair, then we could be probably looking at the break to the downside on this one. I would prefer that one at this point in time. And let's see what we have. If we did have a nice little break, came back, retest the upper part of the wedge. We're getting another break now. And I'll be looking at if the candle closes, we may take a short on this one. Let's see, this is going to close in about another 30 seconds. We'll see where this one closes. And the dollar does seem to have a little bit of strength on the dollar. And we'll see where it goes. Right now we had a little bit of rejection of the, this is our trend line right here. It did get a break. It did not close below the break. It looks like this B area has a little bit of a, came back up, had a nice break of the wedge, came back up into the wedge, came back, broke, and now we have all the moving averages in the right direction. I'm going to take this as a sell short on the sell stop on right below where we can get in here. Be looking at about 132.21. See where our sells stop. Okay, where my market is. And now the price is at 132.26. There it is. And look and see if it comes down and breaks below this candle there. And we're just going to go with the market order. And our target on this one, let's see how far out we go on the left-hand side here. And be looking at the first target, probably being right here, right around the 132.09 area. And that's right about the blue fib line, 132.09. Let's see, 131.76 looks like this could be a. We have a little of a rally base rally up here, so this could be a target right around the 131.97. See if we can get down to this one. I'll give a little bit more of a challenge here. And 7 pips from where the entry was. For 7 pips, entry at 32.23. And 7 pips is going to be, let's see, 32.23 to 17. This would be the first target right here. That's right at the fib line here. So I'll be quick on this one. And this we're just about to the target, 7 pip target for the first target. And we'll go down another 7 pips.
It'd be a nice way to start the day.
About 32.07. See, 32. Yes, it is. Let's see, at 32.17, and then there's 10 picks. So 32.07 would be target 2. And we are seeing some pretty strong dollar strength. That was one reason why I was real quick to take this, because we had strong on all 3 time frames. We had a break. We already had the test. And so this is a, so it looks like it might be a pretty nice little trade here. Any questions so far? Let's see if I can take part of these positions off. I'm not sure if I can do that. By 74. There we go. Yeah, part of my positions off. I took some of the profits off. And we wait some more. We start getting a little hooked down here on this 3-period moving average, we may just start taking off all the profits and wait for another retrace. No sense giving back everything we just got. Good chance they'll come back and retest the wedge again. I'm going to try and keep my stop above this 5-period. It's above this 5-period 13 moving average. Which is basically the same price as where the 62 is on the 1 minute. You see what's coming up is retesting the bottom of the wedge, which is also the same as the apex of where this triangle is. We got a little bit of a area right in here of indecision.
Thank you. Thank you.
So right now we have a little bit of a trend line with the A. I just moved the C back over just to confirm this trend line right now that we have. We do have a higher trend line, so if it does break through the top of this, we could be looking at coming up and retesting the 30-minute 62. And that would mean we'd have to start getting some British pound strength and some dollar weakness.
Which we are seeing with the 7-0 RCS.
Yes. We still have the British pound strength, which is exactly what this thing has. We got a flip on that right now. Doesn't take long sometimes for it to flip. This one's losing some ground. It was up to a. Let's see where this thing was. Where it came from. This thing was tracking right around pretty much right around 7. It is starting to lose a little bit of ground now, so it's coming off of its full strength that it had. Now it's starting to get a little bit weaker as the market is getting closer to opening up. This was a pretty strong wick right here on this 15-minute. It came down, rejected, but couldn't close below there. That's on a 15-minute chart. It's getting right down to our target 1. And we wait. And I'm just looking at the price action right now on this 5-minute chart. You have this blue candle is engulfing this red candle. It's a bullish engulfing candle. And over here on the 1-minute, we had a bearish engulfing candle. So right now it's trading inside this range right here on the 1-minute chart. That's about a 6-pip range. We did get the crossovers of the moving averages, but it still has to come up and retest the 62. If we can get it to start crossing and closing above the 62, I'll get out of this trade and then start maybe looking to reverse positions. And I'm going to close this trade out. Oh, let's see what we have here. We have the wedge. We had the breakout to the downside. We got 7 pips to the downside, so we were able to get a little bit of profit out of that. Now it's retesting the 62 on the 1 minute. We have the crossover, and now we're looking at possibly pullbacks to maybe look for a target up here at the 3062, which again, it's only about another 10 pips above where the breakout is. And we don't have a close above where the C level is. It came right up to the C level. It was rejected. And we have another level up here where the A is to the upside. That's only 4 pip spread in there. We do have a lot of room to the upper part of the wedge where the overall trend was, this was a breakout of the bottom, could be a head fake, and then here's the other upper trend, the other purple line. Now that's got a lot of room to the upside. But right now I'd like to see it get past this area and probably close. I'm not going to take it long until it can get past this 62 up here, this 3062. Right now, I think this thing's range bound. If we look and see where the price action was from yesterday to today, this was yesterday's low, this was yesterday's high. It did break out of the high up there. This is pretty much the range. This was the head fake earlier this morning at 4 o'clock. All right, hit our target once, we'll take that off. This is a fairly strong move down. We have a little bit of wedge right in here. Yes.
I was just answering a question for Beach Panda. He's confused at the 3062. Can you show him your 3062 that you're talking about? He thought you were talking about price.
Oh, no. Yeah, the 3062, this is the 30-minute 62 moving average, exponential moving average, the blue one. And you'll see that, you'll usually see that on all my charts. But right now, we had the crossover. It came down, crossed over to this 30-minute 62 over here early this morning. Now, so right now, that's a major area where it broke. And so now I'm actually really looking at this thing, probably is more towards the, from looking from this time frame, we have all the crossover. We have a crossover of our, well, if you look at, we have the 15-minute 62, which is the orange one, the 13 exponential moving average on the 15. So this is the 15-minute 13 moving average. The blue one's the 30-minute 62 moving average. And so right now we've got everything is right now is moving in the right direction to go short on the higher time frame. If we look at the 5-minute chart, we have the 5-minute 62. Here's our 30-minute 62 again. And so everything is moving in the right direction. But now this is a pullback. Now, right now, until this green candle crosses over the yellow, what we could do is get this thing to come up, just stay underneath this yellow one, and then hook back down. If it hooks back down, then this is probably going to be another run to the downside. Does that answer your question, Beach Panda? Right now we're going to see how far back this is.
He says yes. This is so
okay,
cool.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay, good. This was a significant breakthrough of this area right here. We also have all the crossovers. So right now, all of our green, our 5-minute, our 13 are all below the 30-minute 62. This thing could come up and retest this and maybe retest the 5-minute up here. So we have a little bit of zone right in here that we're looking at. And if you look at this, you have a drop, base, drop. So right here where this basing is going to probably, there's a good chance this could get retested right in this area. And you can see where the 5 minutes right inside this retest area. So that's why I would not be surprised to see this thing come up, break over, come up in here, tag it, and then come back down again, because you still have downward pressure with the other moving averages. Right now, the on the 15-minute, you see that the dollar is stronger by 4, but it's flipped over on the British pounds on both of these. This is just a strong pullback.
It's a pretty strong pullback.
Yeah. But as like I said, it's retesting this 30-minute 62. We have the 5-minute crossed over on the 15. This is a significant cross. When you get the 13 crossing over the 62 on the 15-minute chart, that's a pretty strong crossover point. And right now we're just waiting to see if it comes up and retests this area. Now we do have this little red wick down here. We could take this thing all the way down to the bottom of this wick. We had a red candle, a basing, a red candle, came back up, retested this a little bit, and then this red candle right here is the one that broke. And this red the bottom of this red candle was the one that was the low that got broken. So this would be the range that would be looking at another retest. If we can get the price to come on up inside here and then have these moving averages turn, then I'll take a short again. Assuming that everything down here is showing in favor of the strength to the downside.
Hey, good morning, Al.
Good morning.
Morning, Matt.
Morning,
Good
Matt.
morning. We hope everyone's doing well. We
had one profitable trade already. We got our 7 pips and we got stopped out on the other position of it. And right now we're looking for a pullback on this British pound to come up to retest there's a little drop, there's a little basing area here. It's coming up, retesting we had the 30-minute 62 break coming up,
Yep.
retest it. And I'm looking to maybe possibly take it short again if everything seems to line up in this area.
All right then.
Let me see if that all seems to fit on the other information that I have. This is somewhat of an extreme down here, so we may have to be careful. But we may get another bounce to retest this low here. This low is going to be significant. We may get if it comes back to, if we can get the crossover, we may get a break here, but we also may just get, it may end up going short. If it can't break through the bottom of here, it's probably going to go long again.
Yeah, Beach Panda, you are 110% correct. I've got a 3-month-old, and yesterday it wasn't an amazing night, so it was a longer night than usual, and 8 o'clock came way too early. Let's put it that way.
Came up, we had the test. It came back, was rejected. We don't have the crossover here yet. But you see, this is a nice strong move down, came back up. It's retraced probably about, I'm going to guess, probably about 38%. Let's do a little retracement on our Fibonacci line here. Came back, retraced up that way. Here, put this over at the top. And right now, retraced right at rates, retraced about 40%. And I'll be looking at now if it comes back down to hit a target down of this area, possibly. It may be a little bit optimistic, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I like it short, Al.
I'll make this our target zone. Take this off and see what happens.
Gonna explore something.
And if we put our fib lines on, we'll see what kind of, we have a nice fib line right here at our target 2. Put this one on, and we get a snap on that. That's all the way down here. You could very well get another retest of this area. Dollar is showing strength pretty much all across. This was the pullback.
All right.
See how this candle closes, and we'll see if we get a little bit of a low drop. Here's the base. We'll see what this thing does. Anybody have any questions, comments?
My only comment is I'm wishing for it to come down.
Yep. We can wish, we can pray, we can hope.
Yeah, that's about all we can do.
Yeah, and I actually took it short already.
Yeah, actually, off of this candle right here. Actually, I'm just going to go put a market order in just to mark it here. And we'll put the stop up here above the 62, which is at 32.45.
Let me see.
Actually, I got 32. Let's see, make this 15. That'll be good enough right now. Just to get out of harm's way here a little bit. And the target we'll do will be an optimistic target here of all the way down here at 31.86. See if we can drop that hard. 31.86. Let's see if we can hit that target.
That would be a nice start to the day, wouldn't it?
Yeah, well, we did have one nice start of the day. We did get nice toward the first break. Now this is, if this thing just starts to trend, this thing could go for quite a while. But this would be the.
It's quite a target, Al.
It's a pretty good. It's a pretty good target down there. And if we look and see where this whole move started, way back here on this was yesterday. This is pretty much the area where this move started. So if it's in a trading range between the orange, these big orange lines that just broke out here with the head fake, it could come down here and retest yesterday's low. That's one reason why I have that area. So we have actually, we're optimistic. We're way before that actually. So if this thing is range bound, then we have a nice little area. This would probably be the lower 25% of this whole range. If we draw the Fibonacci just within the range here, you can see our target is right here at the bottom 25%. It came up to the upper 25. Now we did get a little bit of a higher wick going up here. So if we did move, if we moved it all the way up to the full range where it has been for the last couple of days, then our target's a little bit inside this box right in here.
Well, that's a big wick. That's a really big wick.
On which one?
Oh, on the GBP USD.
With time frame.
Oh, the one.
Oh, on the 1 minute.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Here's the game of patience, right, Al?
Yes,
Sitting around,
it is.
just
Yes, it is.
waiting to see if the setup's gonna
This
hold
issue
for
really
us.
doesn't have a whole lot of play anymore right now. Take that all off. Right
Yeah.
now we're looking at, we had strong move down, we have a strong move up. And so now it's a matter of, is this thing going to retest down here, or is it just going to come down? And if it starts to break the top of this wick here, then we may be looking to be going more to the upside again to retest this area. This looks like this could be our ABC retracement.
And then that means it would be a continuation to the downside then, right?
This would be A, B, C. It comes down to here, and then that would be the retest of the downside for it to go. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This could be the ABC retracement to retest this area. It could go down here. It may just stall right off of this. And then if it does that, then we may be looking to another retest of the upper.
Oh, there's that candle. It's a lot of wicks, Al. I never.
Everything's been very wicky this morning here.
Yeah, I never noticed it.
I'm looking at this one as a. Well, let's see. We go 1. I'm looking at this as being that impulse move on the upside.
A question for you, Al.
Yes.
Do you have a bank holiday today?
That's a good question.
Yes,
I don't think is there? I didn't.
Well, yeah, I think it is.
It's Veterans Day, you guys.
Yes, we do all day bank holiday. You're absolutely right. I didn't even notice that. I did check this. I didn't see anything in red folders, but I didn't look and see that. Yeah, this is a holiday
Right.
Bank and Postal.
Remembrance Day.
Veterans Day.
Bank and Postal.
So this is a 5-wave move, impulse move. Then we should have an ABC retracement. Perhaps retest this area right down here.
Let's see.
Now this could be, see, this is X. This could be A. This could be an A, B, C.
I like what your 1 minute 62 is doing, Al.
1 minute 62 is it crossed over?
Yeah, it's
starting to widen out a little bit here.
Just a little bit. I really don't like those big wicks. It's too much.
Three, 4, 5.
Excuse me. Oh.
And we could have another little trend going on from this area.
Yeah, I'm not liking that. It's just taking way too long to break out, you know?
Well, everything's been really kind of wicky today.
And that's a really good observation about the bank holiday.
Yeah, I totally missed that. We have a impulse move, correction. Decide that B over there. So right now we have a little bit of a wedge going right in this area. We have the moving averages are all consolidating right now. We had a break of the 30, came back up, retested the 30, came back now, and now it looks like it may be wanting to make another run for it.
If it doesn't go on this next pullback, I think I might pull the trigger and exit the trade a little bit early. It's just taking. I don't know if my fill was good enough.
Let's see if we can break this area right here. So we actually have another little. Like this is a rally, base, rally, came back down, retested this base right in here.
Al, Matt,
Yes.
Yeah.
Adria put a here's
Oh.
his target on TradingView.
I saw that. Oh, you think it's going up?
Yeah, I'm kind of thinking I might have to agree with
It's
him on this one.
taking it's taking too long to get down. I'm exiting. And watch me exit and then it breaks out. I got out in slush, so I was fine with that. You see how it's the reason I exited the trade is because it's going eastbound. It's just up
Just
and down,
it's
up and
just,
down.
It's just basing right in here.
Yeah, exactly. You don't got any. What I was really looking for was kind of a impulsive breakout out of there, because that's what the general wedge is gonna do. It's gonna be an impulsive breakout. If it sits up there and just coils and consolidates, you don't really want to. You want to really consider it if you have a bigger stop loss or whatnot.
Right now, it's kind of range bound between. It came up. It didn't even get up into this area right now, but still kind of range bound.
It's got a really good range though, Al. Like it's actually moving pretty good from the
Let's see
for the last half hour or so.
From here to that's
30
28 pip
pips.
range. It's
Yeah.
20, 30 pip range.
That's really good. Sometimes we see like 10 pips. It's laughable. But I don't like how flat it is right where we currently are, and that's why I decided to exit.
Each band has a comment. FX trading is not like stock option trading, where
Yeah.
horizontal moves and options can still be profitable, but that doesn't work for FX, does it?
Nope. Because yeah, that's a good, very good point, Beach Panda. Very good point. It was just one of my observations, is that I just noticed that once it goes up and down and consolidates like that, I just don't want to be sitting in it because it's just not doing what I expected it to do. Oh, my allergies are getting really bad. It means it's going to snow soon.
Don't say that.
I know.
I spent the afternoon at the beach yesterday.
That sounds fantastic. We were actually outside on my deck with the two little guys, and it was beautiful.
It was gorgeous. Mm-hmm.
It was like you never get this in November. You need to be outside with shorts and a t-shirt on.
We also have from Beach Panda do the two double dojis on the 1 minute reflect the recent engulfing bullish candle.
Doji. Yeah, it's a big candle compared to the rest of them.
Poor Leslie. In southern Alberta, we are sitting under 3 to 4 feet of snow drifts.
Oh no.
Oh, you're in Alberta. Okay.
Oh, you poor thing.
I saw some pictures from some friends in Alberta, and they're not happy.
Hopefully, you have some shoveling friends up there.
Wow.
We are coming up on the 9 o'clock hour here in another 10 minutes. So
Mm-hmm. Oh, look at the
Here.
51362 cross, Al.
right here.
Yeah.
Yep.
The 62's at the bottom. Everything else is going up. So I might.
But we still have the retest of the 62, the 5-minute 62.
Yeah. It's just taking way too long to get up there.
And then the weather report for Miami Beach. Now that the weather cleared up, it's just 82 degrees and 8 knots breeze. I don't like snow. Maybe just some pictures, but not living.
Snow isn't so bad. It really
Beautiful.
isn't bad.
Freezing rain and the ice, it's miserable.
That's the nasty part. But snow itself isn't so bad.
Snow's not really that cold, to be honest. It's when you get the other stuff.
Yeah, and the wind. It's the wind that I hate.
Wind. Yeah.
We get everything here, Beach Panda. We get snow, we get sleet. Yesterday we had like 75-degree Fahrenheit weather here in November. There were people on the beach that were actually sunbathing topless. I couldn't believe it. It was unbelievable.
Yeah, not surprised. Because we just don't get that kind of weather right now.
Not usually, no.
Likewise here.
Sorry?
Likewise here.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you guys
Yeah,
are
it's like-
the like Buffalo's major snow belt. How far? But you're not close to Buffalo, are you?
No, that's 8 hours away from me.
Yeah.
Same
it's
distance
not
as
that
Ottawa.
far from us.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not so far from us, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, Buffalo is still like 6 hours from me.
Yeah, I guess for you it is. Well, for me now it's about 3 hours away. It used to be like an
That's
hour,
not bad.
hour and a half.
Yeah, we can get to. I could probably get to New York faster than I can. Yeah, Hindell and Prince Edward Island is probably nice, but just wait until the winter comes and it's.
How long have you been in PEI, Hindle? You live there?
You've been there for what, almost 2 years now?
I think he knows the winters then.
It's
Yeah.
funny. There's a small little town. I say small little town. It's called Summerside, and so on both sides you can see the ocean. Well, one side you see Northumberland Bay, and the other side you see the ocean. And during summer, there's like 30,000 people there. During winter, there's like 3,000 people there.
Oh my goodness. Sure.
Never been to PEI. I would love to go one day. I do have a friend that lives there, however.
Yeah, yeah.
Even I've been there.
Have you really?
You've been there?
I'm
Prince Edward-
impressed.
Prince Edward Island?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you go across the bridge or on a boat?
Oh, we drove across.
Nice.
I believe there was something like Anne of Green Gables that was there for young
Yes.
children.
Yeah.
So we did that years ago.
Yeah, I've never been. I would love to go.
Nice spot. Lots of cows.
Yep.
And we are getting some dollar strength again, but I don't think this thing is quite ready to turn. Right now, I say this is somewhat range bound right now. We're getting a little bit of weakness on the S&P. I'm looking at a possible target of that to be right around the, let's see. Need to get a different chart up here.
It's just kind of hanging out, isn't it? Doesn't know what it wants to do yet.
Yeah, that's a lot unknown for me to be in that trade. So I just didn't have a clear view of what could happen. It's taking way too long to come up.
If anybody's trading the S&P, I'd be looking at a target on that of being about 35.56 area, 57.
35.56 as a
Target to go short.
to go short.
This one I'm not so sure about here, this British US. See if we got any new alerts coming in at all. None yet.
Had a few of them this morning, though, before the session.
Yeah, we did.
started.
Yeah, we did. Canadian, we had one on the Canadian real early, but it was, it just took off and never had a chance to really analyze it before it took off.
Oh, this is funny. Beach Panda says, "Oh, that's great. You can trade the S&P, being that you're Canadian. U.S. greenbacks can't do so unless we use overseas. That counts."
Al's not Canadian, Beach.
that's what I was laughing at.
I am.
It must be Al's accent.
Oh my.
Must have picked up that accent when I was up at Prince Edward Island 20 years ago.
That was good. It's cute.
My buddy Kevin in Australia, he can't trade the S&P. They won't allow him.
I mean, we're about 2 minutes away from the 9 o'clock bar, so let's just see what happens here when this 1 hour candle closes.
Well, the last few mornings, the U.S. has kind of gained in strength when it's opened, has it not? I'm hoping it does it again.
Yes, it has.
What's it gonna do? Ooh, I don't like that.
No, that cross was pretty significant.
It still has to come up and retest this retest area. Still have our 562 still coming down. It's actually spawning out of the bottom of this. I would not take it long yet, just yet. I think you still have some downward pressure. This thing could be somewhat range bound for the better part of the day here too. These RSIs are starting to come up. Let's see, maybe get another little hook up here. We came up, had the hook. These are some of the extremes right up there. Still has to break through this trend line. Right now we're getting the third hit on this trend line right here. This is going to be the retest. Came up, tagged the 62. And I believe the 1562 is way above that still. Let's mark that. Coming up and retesting it. Actually, they're pretty close together right there. We did get the break now of the 30 moving average. So if this thing breaks, could come back, retest it. I expect it's going to probably test the wedge, maybe test this, come back, retest the 62. So right now I'm looking at this. We did get the, let's see, this was the retest. That was the other retest.
Good stuff, Pedro. Pedro says that he's reached his target.
All right, good. Good job, Pedro.
That was a long, I guess, right? Isn't that a long that you went into? Yes. Thanks, Al, he says.
Did you get it when these two, when these crossed and took it long on that? Let's see, when this thing's crossed, we got the close above the cross of that to here. And that's 14 pips to the upside.
Good. Al, Cisco is asking if we can unmute him.
Sure. There you go. Speak away. You are unmuted. You should be unmuted.
You hear me?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
What can we do for you? What can we do for you today?
I'm Sissy from Greece. And
From Greece?
From Greece, yes.
All right. Well, it's a long, you're in the middle of the day over there. Oh, yes. What can we do for you?
Yeah. What must be the position of the indicators for long or for short? Because there are many indicators here.
Yeah, there are many, and yes, there are. Well, there's, as you spend more time in the room, you'll be able to understand it perhaps more. Pretty much what we're doing a lot of times, we have three major indicators. We have well, let me just take one at a time here. We have the moving averages, and on the moving averages, we have pretty much four of them. We have the green line is an exponential 5-period moving average. The yellow line is an exponential 13 moving average. And then we have on a 5-minute chart, the purple one is a 62 exponential moving average. And then the blue one, which is on all the charts. So the blue one, the yellow, and the green are the same color no matter what chart you're on. On the time frame of the 5-minute, this 5-minute 62 is the 62 period moving average is purple. This is a 60. The blue one here is a 62, but that's as if it were on a 30-minute chart. This one is a 62 on a 5-minute chart, and then on the 15-minute chart, we have it. It's orange, and you'll see that this is the orange one right here. So we have the 5, the 13, and the 62, and then the blue one again is always a 62. This one's starting to go short here. So that's one thing. That's one of the indicators we use. What we look for a lot of times, we look for the crossover. As we get to certain levels, we look for a crossover where the 5 crosses over the 13. And then usually you'll see a bounce as it comes up to the 1-minute 62, which is the white one. So as I'm getting into these lower time frames, as we draw these wedges, you'll see that we have, well, let's see, how can I show it here? Keep an eye on what we're doing here. So basically, when we draw a wedge, which in this case we had a little bit of a wedge right in here. Let me redraw this here. We had basically, if we looked at the triangle from here to here to here, and then we flat top it up to the top here. As we see this cross over the 62 crossing over, we look at the next target is going to be pretty much right up in here. Now these targets vary, and you'll see the difference in the targets as we get more and more into these different charts. But the more you stay with us, you'll understand a little bit better how we do it. Then we have some other price points, which are these Fibonacci lines, which we look and see where we have bounces, and where we have trying to get confirmation where we have like the 62 here is right at this green Fibonacci line, and that gives you an extra area of support, or extra area of confirmation that the price is going to turn around that area. So if you'd like to have these indicators, we can give you these indicators. Just send me your email. Do you have TradingView? I guess the first question.
Yes. Yes.
You have TradingView? If you have
Yes.
TradingView, send me an email to Hawkeye at AuvoriaPrime.com and give us your TradingView login, which should be like this. If you go in the upper left-hand corner, you'll see where this is my login ID. Send me your login ID and your email address, and we'll email you the indicators.
Hawkeye.
Hawkeye, yes, it'd be Hawkeye spelled just like this, Hawkeye, HAWKEY
Yes.
at AuvoriaPrime.com. Maybe somebody put it in the
Ava put
chat.
it in the chat.
Yeah, we'll
Ava's
put it in the
step
chat box
ahead
for
of
you.
Thank you. And the lower indicators, the MRSI. And
It'll be the MRISI. We'll give you the MRISI, the RCS, and the MMA, which is the multiple moving average, and then we have another one which is the FPRP, and that's the Fibonacci lines that we're showing right here.
oh,
And if you want, we can just get together. I can give you a little bit more of some. It's hard to do it while we're in the session here, but we can maybe try and get you up to speed here. If you want to be coming into the room on a regular basis, we'll get you up to speed. The more you're in here, the more you understand what we're doing.
I am about to buy IRIS now.
Oh, you are? Okay. Good.
And that's why I
Well,
have
yeah,
attended some of the
well,
forecasts.
we're glad to have you. We're very glad to have you.
Thank you.
And so we'll do anything we can to get you back up to speed here so you can understand a little bit better what we're doing. But basically, we're looking at these moving average crossovers for areas to change direction. But we also mark out areas where we're looking for it to come up to test, which is, you see, we had this retest area right here.
Yeah.
I drew that off of, whoops. I drew that off of this area right over here. And that was on the 1 minute chart here. So we had this, it was right on this, pretty much right in that area. You can see it came right up and actually had it on the 5 minute chart here, I think. Here's where I had it, right in there. You see it came right on up to that area, retested, and now it's going short for us.
And we wait to break out of the triangle.
Yeah, pretty much. But we also have this little area right here we have to be careful of because it kind of rejected this area right before. So it came up, came back here, rejected it, came back up. So right now it's pretty much trading inside of this range between here.
We are watching the 1 minute chart mostly.
Once we get into the trade, we're generally watching the 1 minute. That's correct, for the most part.
And the lower indicators, the MRSI, what does it? How,
the MRSI, basically, these are just
what
two. If you understand RS, do you understand what RSI indicators do?
Yes.
Yeah, well, basically, the MRSI, basically, it's two RSIs. The blue one is the 8 period, or excuse me, the blue one is the 3 period RSI, and the orange one is an 8 period, and we just have them overlaid with each other, so we see how they flow within each other. And then on the bottom here, we have the whole moving average, which is basically a moving average that, as you see, when it changes colors from a long to a short, they'll change colors at that apex where the moving average changes. And at the bottom here, we have three. We have basically three moving averages on the 1 minute chart. And we have, it's on the 2 minute chart, on the 5 minute chart. We basically use the 15, the 5, and the 1. And let me see if I can get these moving averages working up here. Here we go. Let's see, I'm not seeing my whole moving averages. Where are they? Where'd they go? Let me try this. Now we should have them here. Oh, there they are. Basically, on the 15-minute chart, we have 1, which is a 15-minute Hall moving average. On the 5-minute chart, we have the 15 and the 5 together. You'll see that there's 2 of them down here. And then on the 1-minute chart, you'll see that we have, I should have all 3 of them here. Why
Yeah,
is
they're
this not?
there.
Well, I see them, but I'm not seeing the actual moving averages. Where'd they go?
Oh, well, the extended line. I apologize.
Oh, there they are. There they are.
Mhm.
You'll see we have 3 of them. And the top one is the 15, the middle one's the 5, and the bottom one is a 1 minute.
Okay. When we go sell, when the 3 are red,
yeah, right now we're looking at possible sell, but right now we have this zone right here where we had a rejection before. So I'd like to see it close below this purple line.
Okay, and the MRSI, the purple must cross down the orange, and the purple must be red.
Basically, when it gets to the extremes, like this blue line is the extreme. This is the 11 period, 11%. This is the 89%. When it gets to the extreme, we're looking for a hook, and then we go into hook to start getting the momentum to the upside. Right now it's coming. Yeah, right now it's coming right into our what we call our demand zone, and it's not really confirming it. But if it gets a little bit lower and hooks, then we'll be looking to maybe take it long if we get the moving averages to cross. Like up here, we had this thing was up high, and you can see where the moving averages were. Where we got the cross up here. When let me see, where is it here? If you can see where my cursor is. This is right up here where the supply was. We came up, we got the hook, and that's where we could have taken a short once it came back down below this blue moving average.
We're watching them in the both of the charts, the 5 minute and the 1 minute.
Yes, yeah, we pretty much actually watching all 3, primarily the 5 and the 1, and looking to see how the reaction is and what this is our strength indicator. It shows how strong the dollar is to the British pound. And right now the dollar is strong by 6 on the 1 minute. It's strong by a period of 5 on the 5 minute. And so right now we have dollar strength. And if the dollar is the second currency of the pair and it's strong, that means we're looking at this thing to go short.
Thank you. I'll send
you just keep on watching and
yes, I will watch in the previews.
Watch some of the watch some of the other videos that we have. We record all these sessions
to rewind in my mind.
And so we can, if you need to, we can get together. I'll try to explain more of this on a one-to-one basis if we can.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Mute me.
Okay.
Thank you.
And we're coming up on the open. Oh, so it was a banking holiday. I'm not sure we're going to have much of it open today. And the market will probably be open. I don't know if there'll be a lot of institutional participants.
I'm not really sure what goes on.
This could be one of those days where we'll have a lot of range bound a lot because of the lack of the institutional participants in the market.
It might be one of those days to look for pairs that don't have the US in it.
Yeah, that's true.
Or Canadian as far as that goes. I believe our banks are closed today as well.
So we're going to go till 9:30 this morning, and we'll see where we go in the next 9 minutes.
Well, I'm glad to see it coming back down. This is what I've been waiting for.
Yeah, it does have some strength to the downside, some strength on the dollar. It does have some higher time frame pressure from above, so I think there's good chance it's going to go short here. If we get through this little zone right here, we may have a nice little trade. But this would be the target right down here. So we're looking at a target right now. The initial target is going to be, if it breaks to the bottom here, we're looking at a target about 10 pips.
Mm-hmm.
There it goes.
Yeah.
Let's see if it come down and hit our target area down here. And right now, if you did take this, you could probably track it with the stop somewhere. I just peaked my stop above this white 62. Which is right here where the trend line is.
Oh, Al, remember we were talking about possibly putting a heavier line on the drawing tool?
Yes. Let me see if I can do
I don't
that
know if
here.
it's on this chart or if it's on the different
Well,
one.
it should be go on all of them actually.
I meant like, you know, when you sometimes you
Like that
pull
we were
up all
talking
your
about.
tabs? Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Still looking at the target here. Right now it's following the moving averages down. I like the fact that we have a nice little spread here. We don't have any wicks coming up in between this yellow and this green area. We had the crossover up here. We had one little pullback right here before it broke out of this wedge area. And now it's coming down. Now it's just tracking and trading. All right, so we're looking at this for a target. This little zone right in here.
Here it comes. Maybe.
Anyway, about 2 more minutes before the market opens. If it does open today. And there's my target. Take some profit there. And we got 1 more minute before 9:30.
Look, it's going to go right through it.
Nice move for those that are in yet. Al, where's our next target on the higher time frame? Was it 3186? I think.
Let's see.
Like that?
The higher time frame was we had it marked here someplace, I think.
Yeah, I think it was 3186 by my
It was like 186.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Thank
right
you.
down here. Yeah, right down. Yeah, 3186-ish area.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking over here and probably go with this part here and probably this wick right around in that area. And that was pretty much the target with the Fibonacci retracement off of this move right here.
Just had a quick look at the S&P. It's
yeah, it just started tanking on the open.
Yeah, did you see that?
Yeah. Took my profit too early.
I'm still moving.
And on that note, looks like it's about time for us to leave because Susan Badgelder is going to be coming in here right behind us.
Yeah.
So with that, I thank everybody for coming in with us today.
Thanks,
Stay green, and we'll see everybody tomorrow.
See y'all
Hey,
tomorrow.
everybody, have a great day.